soon as you see that pirate ship in the north end zone, you know exactly where we are. It's the home of the Buccaneers, Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay. To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And we're off from Tampa. Return starts from the goal line. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Drive starts with a carry by White. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the first down.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. To throw, Mayfield. That's complete, Mike Evans. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a massive 35-yard pickup, first down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Here's the give to Irving. Ooh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. Second down. Here's Baker. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, third down coming up.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. From the gun, a run for White. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. It's a gain of 5, but they still need a bunch here on fourth down. Chase McLaughlin now to try the Buccaneers field goal. This is from 35 out on the left hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. That's 3 points, and it's enough to give him the lead.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They stay on the ground with Williams. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Third and a lone yard coming up. Quickly looking left, and it's complete. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line. That one ends up a gain of 6. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Motioning the tight end now. They go with Williams on the counter. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Second down now, 7 to go. Nix from the gun. He's got it, room to run. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Nix off the play action. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Nix. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. They'll throw again. Nix. The Buccaneers get there and bring him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down. Here comes the Broncos punting unit. And this will bring a drive that had some promise to a disappointing end. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. This will be grabbed at the 5. He loses it on the hit. And they steal it back on the return. And he'll score. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos finish off their opening drive. They have him back there because of the incredible things that he can do on punt returns, Brock, but this time he winds up giving the other side their incredible moment.
That's right. As a returner, you've got to field that ball clean first, and then second, keep it secure the rest of the way. There's 10 dudes on that other side. Heck, maybe even 11 if you got a punter who likes to hit. And their sole mission is to separate you from the ball at full speed. And if they're lucky, well, they're lucky they can return it back to the house for 6.
Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Okay, the wide receiver's going to get it to begin the drive. And the defense not caught off guard at all. They track him down after a small gain.
Tried to mix in a little wide receiver carry and catch this defense on its heels. We've seen it work time and again, and it almost got there. Without that tackle, we could have seen a big gainer. To give some credit to the defense where credit is due.
Second down now, 7 to go. The give now to White. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to leave him with 3rd and 3.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Baker now from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that'll bring up 4th and 3. Tampa Bay in punt formation now. And this is the first time he's been called on today. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. So no return on that punt. And the Broncos get set to take over. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And they sense it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Second down now, 7 to go. Another run for Williams. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short third down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Now he'll just throw it away, but here comes the flag. There was nobody in the neighborhood of that one. Well, I've always wanted to ask this, and this feels like the perfect moment, Brock. Is there ever a time where a quarterback feels intentional grounding is actually worth it?
No. I don't think so. Not for your team, not for your play caller, not for your coach, not for the game situation. There really isn't a time. You've got to find an outlet, somewhere to throw that ball away safely.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Mims with the grab. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Here's Nix. Complete to Mims. He'll be touchdown short of the marker, so 4th down coming up. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. Riley Dixon on the punt. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. And this is a worm burner. He did not hit that one well. Struggling to center it. Oh, it's loose! And they bring him down to put a stop to that return.
I'm sure, Kate, that the coaches would prefer you not flirt with disaster on the return. There's no additional damage done, however, this time. Fortunately, get the ball back, and everyone could breathe just a little bit easier.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down, here's Baker. He'll get this complete to White. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. White trying this straight ahead. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. Some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Mayfield now, blitz coming. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he'll get it up to the 44.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball. You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Mayfield now from the gun. Rifles it, and it's caught. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
New set of downs for him from the 46. First and 10, it's a gift to White. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Here's White again. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Gets them those 3 yards back, but it brings up 3rd and 10 now.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. And down he goes. The Broncos got there. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. On again comes Jake Camarda to punt this away. And he'll try to have his second punt top his first one. Now he starts from the 6. And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And they're going to take over possession. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys. Not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Throwing here, Nix. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
With the pressure, boy, that sped that whole play up, and it opened up a wide range of outcomes. A hurried throw almost ended up an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack.
Not a good spot to punt from. They really want to convert here on 3rd. Nix looking to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Here's Nix to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Still sticking with the passing game. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces third down.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Nix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So that brings up 4th and long. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. Now, we saw him take a shot on that return, and now he's in some visible pain after it. So we'll get a pause as he's attended to. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Baker now. He's got him. That's McMillan. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
Running on second with White. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. We're at the 2-minute warning now from Raymond James. The Buccaneers pushing for points. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. From the gun, Mayfield. This finds Evans, complete. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. 16 yards on the play. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Mayfield on 1st and 10. The Broncos get to him here. He's brought down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. And they get to him again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a 3rd down.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
This is our last chance.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Now Mayfield. He sends this one to the end zone. And he hauls it in for the Tampa touchdown. The Buccaneers get some late points and the lead. Mike Evans with the touchdown. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Nicks from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And now they face 2nd down.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. To throw, here's Nicks. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. You got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing them. So now a much tougher task here as they come up on 2nd and 20. Shotgun snap to Nicks. And that catch is made down the right sideline.
Wow, certainly found the weak spot in the coverage with that catch. Really goes to show they trust every single player, receiver, running back, in that case tight end, to be a playmaker in this offense.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Nicks now to throw. Finds a man on the right side. And he'll be across midfield and close to that 45 before going out. They gain 14 on the play. And that'll be good for a Denver 1st.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Nicks with it on 1st. That's into the hands of Franklin. And he's taken down at the 30. Denver calls the 2nd of its 3 timeouts. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First and 10 now from the 30. They'll throw again. Nicks. An alert play defensively there. Got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get 2 hands on it the next time.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Nicks. That one's incomplete over the middle. A good defensive play breaks that one up. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
I think it's safe to say that without that ball being tipped, we are looking at a big game. It's a missed opportunity to push that offense, but an even better play defensively to deny the throw.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Now Nix. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. Just got a hand up on that to break it up. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. On comes Will Lutz in the Broncos field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 47-yarder. And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. And they are unable to tie up this contest.
Gosh, it didn't look like anything was wrong with that snap or hold either. He just rushed it a bit, and it winds up off the mark.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. To throw is Mayfield. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Well, we've hit halftime here in Tampa, and the Buccaneers toting a nice lead into the locker room. Now we'll keep it in-state, but send you a couple hours away to our buddy in Orlando. It's Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the 3rd quarter. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. He fields it from the 8. It's an excellent return, but he gets popped at the end of it. First and 10 now from the 30. Up the gut they go with Williams. Juke the defender. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Broncos will have a first down.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
Throwing on first down, Nix. Finding Reynolds. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
They're set up at the 35 now. On first and 10, here's Nix. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
He brings the offense up now for a first and 10. From the red zone now. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. The rookie from Georgia has it. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
First down, here's Baker. Finds his man, it's Godwin. Space pass to 35. Keeps it moving. Chris Godwin! They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal. Working inside the red zone. And down he goes. The Broncos got there. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
You know what I call that, Kate? Punch. And you took a punch, but then you countered right back. You give up a big play, massive play, but you don't hang your head. You come right back, you get a sack of your own, and you change the momentum as quickly as you can.
It's second and goal. It's White on the give. And he's going to advance them down to the 4-yard line.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive. Try to stick them with the loss and make a difficult fourth down decision.
Buckle up. It's third and goal. Oh, surprise gift to the receiver near the goal line. And they weren't afraid to try the reverse, but he's corralled shy of the marker. It's fourth down.
Well, this offense is trying to keep the defense off balance down here in the red zone, mixing in receiver runs with everything else they love to do. And the best part is, it's working. He gets them several yards on that play.
Less than a yard, all that's needed on fourth and goal. And the QB keeps it on the sneak. And that hit stops him in his tracks. And they step him on fourth and goal. What a stand, Brock, to force the turnover there on downs.
That play is a go-to so many times in this down and distances. But defenses, well, they can expect it too. And look at the defensive line, man, were they ever ready for it? Tremendous push inside and kept them from reaching the chains.
Williams now on first and 10. And this is a decent pickup to the 5. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up second and 6.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Second and 6 coming up here. Throwing from near his own goal line. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 27 on the play. And the Broncos will have a first down.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Nix. It's on the turf. The ball's out. He lost it. And it's a turnover. The defense has it.
You know, this just can't happen on first down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is at a premium on every down, every distance. But on first down, it is especially a killer.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. First and 10. Here's Mayfield. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for Chris Godwin that time. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Baker now off the play fake. The Broncos get to him here. He's brought down. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
I love a good bootleg just like every other quarterback does. And bootlegs are most effective, Kate, when you're running it first and you deceive that defense. But if you're not running it, or it's a poor fake, or you got a defense that is sound, well, you have the opportunity to get hit in the face in less than 2 seconds, just like that.
Third and long, Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete. Great looking catch, but he lost track of that sideline and went out of bounds. We've got fourth down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. Officially a 55-yard launch. And the Broncos are going to take over with a lot of field ahead of them. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Here's Nix. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
Offense set for a first and 10. Going left side, Williams with it. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's second and inches. Running this one left. He's across the 35. And it's a really nice gain on the reverse. That call came at the perfect time. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Straight ahead with Williams. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. But the defense is really buckled down. That was a scoreless third quarter for us. It's Broncos. Offense to the line for second down. This time it's a passing play. The Buccaneers get there and bring him down. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Kate, I don't know if I've ever told you, but my dad was a driver's ed teacher. And I can just hear him right now say, son, take this out of reverse and put it in drive. Because this one's going nowhere right now. A drastic change on this play needed, and maybe a whole lot of luck to keep this series alive.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. Nix from the gun. He's going deep. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And now they're staring at fourth and long. On now comes their punter. Riley Dixon, the one to kick it away. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Looking to return from the 29. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. A fortunate break for them as they get a gift with roughing the kicker. Their offense heading back out to keep things going. This drive should have been over, partner, but running into the punter gives them new life and this first down. No hesitation, and that one's caught. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second and 6 coming up here. Shotgun snap to Nix. This finds Franklin. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. To throw, here's Nix. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Nix looking to throw. Able to get it to Franklin. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Now Nix on third down. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
They'll come up first and 10. They'll throw again. Nix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
I'll tell tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Nick's now to throw. Rifles it, and it's caught. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. 2 yards on the pickup, and the Broncos will have a first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And he got what he could there, only to the 14. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Throwing here, Nix. Nearly intercepted. Ooh, he almost had it. Couldn't bring it in. Incomplete. That brings up third down.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
On third down, here's Nix. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and third downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And in the fourth quarter, that's going to tie the game.
You know, Kate, that may not seem like much, right? Just go 1 for 2 as a kicker, but it's a whole lot different just psychologically for these guys to see one go through, because they may need him at some point later in this game.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Returns looking good so far. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled.
Hey, maybe in the end this return just gets lost in the shuffle when we recap things, Kate. But you surrender a lead in the fourth quarter and you feel that momentum being lost. That's exactly what excellent special teams do. They turn it around. It's why that third phase is coached and coached and coached, because you never know when your opportunity may arise. What a great return to begin this drive.
And they get there to take him down right around the 41. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
These running backs love getting into the open field, and the best of them, they're not even looking at the man right in front of them. They're looking at that next level to get a chunk run like that.
Mayfield on 1st and 10. Irving hauls it in. And nothing doing on that run. Defenders bottle it up quickly.
Man, the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Here's Mayfield. Completes this one to Otten. He runs this to the 25 before being brought down. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Okay, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Tampa. Buccaneers in range for a game-winning score. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Off the play fake. Here's Mayfield. Headed out right. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Throwing now. And down he goes. The Broncos got there. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
No matter what other stats you want to look at in this ball game, well, this defense can take some serious pride in at least one thing, and that is 6 quarterback sacks on the afternoon. 6 sacks? Well, that's an expectation rarely achieved. And a sign? Well, this group did their homework, and they're making it pay on the field. That's called getting his job done, Kate, drilling it right through. And now they're in position to win this game. Now it's on some of those guys who are out there with them on the kick, those defenders, to hang on to this lead to give them the win.
Returnable from the 2. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now to throw. That's into the hands of Franklin. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Well, the odds aren't great when you throw into double coverage. Normally you see one of the defenders make a play on the ball. 2 men nearby, and that's a missed opportunity for the coverage to make an impact play.
2nd down now, 7 to go. To throw. Complete to Mims. And he got this close to midfield before going out. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Here he is to throw. He's got it, room to run. And he takes it past midfield and starts the drive into Buccaneers territory.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw it. And he finds a seam down the middle, complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Here he is to throw. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Whitehead. And the Buccaneers make the play that should win them this game. Inside the red zone, they could feel how tight they were to the goal line. And then bam, Brock, they're off the field after a clutch interception.
I tell you what, football is the ultimate team game, but this is a situation where an individual picks up all 10 of his guys out there on the field. Somebody else is going to pick up the tab at dinner tonight for him.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. On the give, this is Irving. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Try the right side with White. And he's brought down for a loss. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the second level. Well, someone from the second level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
They'll try and pick this up on the ground. He just kept going the wrong way, and that's going to cost him. That is a safety. Well, it wasn't a great spot for them to start, but still, they had some cushion there. Pretty surprising seeing that one driven all the way back for a safety.
Yeah, that's got to be coached into every run from that danger zone. You get the ball and things don't look good, never, ever the time to be a hero down by the goal line. Go down. Get out of bounds.
Yeah. Just
don't work it so far back that a safety could ever come into play.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Setting up to pass. The Buccaneers get there and bring him down. Now the Broncos take their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
That's an incredible sack, Kate, from them. It does more than just back them up a mile on 2nd down. There's an immediate sense of desperation that comes from an offense. You can just feel it as a quarterback in the huddle. When you take a sack like that, now they got to dig themselves out of this hole.
He'll look to throw it. Tight end reels in the shallow throw.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Third and a lone yard coming up. Back to throw it. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock.
Not an open passing lane to be found anywhere. He took what he thought was the best one available, and they still managed to tip the ball away.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. One final shot here. This is for the ball game. And we all saw it. Flag came out just before that one fell incomplete. They may still get some big yards out of this one. Back to throw. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So it's a win for the Buccaneers. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escaped with a victory. So for Brock Ewert, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time.